We try to get you folks to speak to this morning. Boss, good morning.
Morning.
Fine. Now, who are almost time?
Almost office on almost start also MPP office on they start generate gidi.
Then I guess I see it.
Say almost started and so that for any police for not started chase almost started about tear gas and yama. And I call him.
Gas will be calling.
Yeah, we bought a 1 year ago.
So he's telling me that, well, after they set up the fire and the tires were bent down there, they had to all run for cover. He mentions the tear gas and says that they went right into their eyes and they had to, you look for water to cover your nose.
Put inside my dresses to cover my nose and my eyes.
Yeah, okay.
I'm a MPP officer, no need to trouble a fan by you. Now I'm a MPP officer, me on the Kembe. The police work so that for me, no shishami. Now I'm a bone taking from police work chase me. Now I want tear gas, cannot fiano. And he
is describing to me in Ga that the people that SBGOC refers to as criminal elements attacked the NPP office within the area, bent it down, and that was the reason for the police intervention. Madam, not now.
Madam, Musumu bus a jene lie. Yanim say to ya kaon. Say a kaon quad the moment baby na yanko. And say a giant baby ako. Kutankwalesio, you find a make what to say. Mini baby I go. Mini baby I go. Mini men call I even a go. Mini baby I go. My baby I got in our way. Yeah, brown can. Kayatina ya buy. I just had a baby a tinto. Yadi to baby quiet and yase. Munya botrama here. Tiagas Kutankwala way. Obikwana Jimmy Badako. And to take us over some queer and I say, I'm then. And to send them someone can't try a preco. They are where
I'm saying that and Kofobi and Pese, Omuria money being in Omoto to tear gas.
Yadi Wushe. Yadi Estos were holding here, Wushe. So we are no idea. Meet them from a new way. Stiagas into the Gale. At the summit in Donham in Bewun German member. Many men, Quani school. As I come here, Batumia, Infano.
And she makes a point quite briefly that she only thought that the section that was being targeted was the onion section. She didn't know that section was also affected. But now, as they're firing tear gas, they had to run for cover, and that's what has brought them here. She's making a passionate appeal that if indeed their sections are also covered, then government should make it a point to find alternative spots for them, just like has been done for the onion sellers, so that they could all move. If they find a place for you, go.
I'll go. Everywhere I'll go.
So we'll try and speak to some more people here. As this morning we try to bring you live reactions from the Agbobloshie market as the operation move back to Ajen Kotoku, which is being spearheaded by the Greater Accra Regional Minister, is actually being undertaken. So what you're seeing in your shots now are some of the traders who had earlier run for cover from the spot where the ties were being bent. And this is now what we're seeing. Well, it seems to me, and if we could just turn around for you to see behind me, it seems to me that, well, activities are returning back on the streets. And as I described to you earlier, a typical Thursday morning will look like this, with a lot of activity, trading activities going on. In just the past couple of minutes, that activity, like those activities, have been truncated because of the chaos or riots that we earlier told you and reported to you about. And as they get back on the streets, we just get a bit closer to them and speak to them about what was happening. Pachose.
I didn't for the major of the MPP fool. Now, then, me uncle for me. I don't do a wine or Mokwada, or Mobabi Somokwadana.
Your Moko Ajen Kotoku.
I didn't be a one citizen, so that when I got round, and then when I got round, Padanato, oh my God, say, you could see any Riana to a cornum. Now I know their panacho, your Pamuchapa,
So you are hearing them making a point that, well, if really they are being moved, then they should be provided with alternative spots. But I see this gentleman trying to intervene. Let me speak to him, boss. Now, then I will wait for side.
Almost my fire wound, Mobia soon 12, Mobia soon 2, so Mobia and the Obia, Mobia silent. Yes, passenger. I don't know that's me, the Panacha, also that's me the bed, do it. One fast me, also fast me, do it. And a peace, and say I'm from peace, and I'm
going to say, yeah, to tear gas, a beer come and near me.
But tear gas, very mistakes on my side, you know. Quite on the higher market. Or do on one be on the more baby. No, I've been saying, and I know about money. I know they're coffee not disturb it. And see, Pampa, I've been out on such a police for say, oh, we are Bobo. I have a you'll be an Ebasabasa. What I say, you'll be an Ebasa, so I'm 2 more minutes to your gas and say, because they say, yeah, oh, we are Bobo. No more flame, but for no form of transnational Biamo Biabutare, and Yantoko and Egg. Abutare, pay a pomacho.
The more favor.
Oh, yeah, fancy. I could be from nothing, be about my house, be behind it. What's it? Yeah, by the phone me. What must say to peace? Yeah, Pomacho, be any on me when I am penny from the Yankasa, now some day, Embra, your Pomacho.
He's made 2 very important interventions. The first is to clarify to his colleagues here that indeed the Yam section is not part of the agenda to clear and decongest, as it were, the market. He also makes a point about the use of tear gas to disperse the crowd by the police and security officials, and making the point rightly so that that was a bit too much because it has implications for their health and so on and so forth. And so these are live pictures from the Agbobloshie market, and as we report to you on the operation by the regional minister to move the onion sellers away from here and get them to a new spot that's been earmarked for them. Me pacho now say then.
Me pacho, dem be say me bisa ni say. Konkoma say no, ye nya mwa na egu a o. Yesu ye ka nipa ho ye nipa. Se do election so a na mo ba na mo akotokoto saa se mo nya di wie mo nya wie pe na afi mo ye ti say ye mu e bi nya mu a o ye nipa me ni so mo fria sa mo ba be bia yesu ye wo no mi so me shop wo ha akola kitu ama bre ana me si shop a ye ni blog e ti say ye ba na be bubu na mo pem ye na sa mo pem be bone e ti do mo ye no mo hwe ni yo ye nya mu a o ye nipa e ti do mo ye no mo nya careful mo hwe ni ye ama mo ku ye na do mo ye na ti nipa ko my.
She's making a point that the government should treat them better. They deserve better because they have voted the government into power. But as the clarification has come, this is at least not yet the target of this operation.
Masa, the economy said the way economy, you Ghana for being a Togoni, Yawaha, Anna, Andrew Bassa, Nipa, personal interest, Uber 2 and Yawaha, and Nipa was say, young did they? I didn't go to Kuno, space in Uswa, who would mean 20 acres and farm the whole Ahasa and call Nipa more than 30,000 plus. I didn't to a benefit. I didn't know Bessa.
He says that the parcel of land that's been allocated for them at Ajen Kotoku is not enough. Well, as we try to get more reactions,
yeah, you feel no for no be discover. Eddie long, I go for discover no bank corona or say, Baba, you know, and this any part of discover the one of Baba Yadiano. On your tree, and I was asked, Eddie Yasa Chrono, Abba Bubua Sano, Scano Goji as a Swanyan to ya, which in the tomb. This kind of Goji of Baba Jumano, my point, near Fire Jumano, or Pessia Cobo Corona, as I say, this is my good.
Yeah, but you're gonna say now. Yes, sir. No. Ghana, Nina. Yes, sir. No, Kufado. Yes, sir. No. I should have coupon him. Nadia Cospiano. Okay, the Kumatuni him. Yenipi. Yenishi. Yes, sir. No. You don't go for Seno. Oh, Yamopo. Baby, Tino. Yeni Yabedi. Oh, Yamopo. Yada. Yes, here to two. Yaya no be. Yaya was see. Yamamunu Jani. Yes, sir. No. And Akufado. We have a pot. We have a pot. We have a pot.
These are live pictures from the Agbobloshie market, and I've just been trying to speak to a few of the traders here on the stretch that's just been rioted by the Well, the police has been dispersing them by the use of tear gas.
Bullet way, me about time. Any rubber bullet, any me about time. Why are the men? What am I about to contour? Yani, I